Welcome to Kickstart RC, and what I have planned for my axial wraith, aka Swamp Rat, is I am going to take the battery right back here, and I'm going to slap it up front, take the electronics, take them in the back, so on and so forth. But what I am going to do right now is I'm going to take all the bolts out of the body paneling, so you don't have to sit and watch all the boring parts of this video, and I will come back and return after all the paneling is off. Welcome back. I took off the body paneling, and I also went and dropped the belly pan. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to disconnect the wires for the motor. They're just simple bullet connectors. Okay, the motor is disconnected. Now what you want to do, you want to take your wrench or your screwdriver. You want 1/16. You're just going to undo your screws for your receiver box and your electronics. Once you have all of them out, you just simply remove all your wires and all that goody stuff. Well, receiver box is free as well as the ESC. Here's your receiver box, and here's your ESC. Okay? Now what you have to do to get everything out, you got to take your receiver box apart, and you have to unplug everything from your receiver, because all those wires are going to have to be re-ran all to the back. And I will do that off camera, and I will come back after I have got that done. I got the electronics out, and now what you need to do to get your battery tray to start on putting your battery up front, you see these two plastic fins here? What you need to do is you need to cut those out. So I have a hobby knife, and what I'm going to do, it's easier to heat it up, but I do not have my propane torch with me at the moment, so I'm just going to give this a shot with it cold. So let's try it here. One piece. Here's 2 pieces. Now you might need to shave excess trimmings. I don't know yet, but I will see when I get there. So let's try. Yes, you will need to shave some extras off if you're going to use this. But other than that, I think the battery would fit in there pretty decently already. So. See, your battery's sitting in there pretty good already. And then you could just take a strap or two and put it on there if you're not using this, but I'm going to use a plate from the honcho. I am going to work on that, and I am going to put the plate in, and I will turn the camera back on when I get that done. Welcome back. I had to go and get my blowtorch because it was just getting too tough to cut. So I'm going to fire up my torch and cut the steering wheel. There's a little chunk I just cut. Barely had any effort needed. So I need to cut a little bit more plastic. The interior I need to cut a little bit. You want to be extremely careful not to touch your tube frame if you have a nice paint job. You just want to strictly stay away from touching your frame anyway if you have a hot blade, because you will score it and mark it up. One piece is giving me a little bit of troubles there. There we go. Flip it around. I did get the tray of the honcho to fit in there, though. I just had to do a little bit more cutting. But I tried to fit my battery in there, and it just didn't fit. So I had to cut out a little bit more. Okay, looks like it's done. So the tray is fitting nice. I will show you that here in just a second. There's the tray sitting right there. It's not in right now. I got to do some drilling to it. You see these two little holes? I don't know if the camera is focusing. You see the two little holes right here on each side? I have to drill it just over like 1/8 of an inch right there in the center. And then it'll bolt to the tube frame right here. You just grab two of those screws and you bolt it to each side, and there it's in. That's all you need to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go drill those holes, and I will come back after I've drilled those holes. Okay, well, I drilled out the holes, and what I am going to do right now is I took this corner and a cob poker. It had 2 nails sticking out of it right here. And what they're used for is you take them and you stick them in the end of your corn on the cob, and you hold on to those as you're eating your corn on the cob. But I took one of those and I took the nail out. I kind of broke it, but I just super glued it back together for now. And that right there I found is the perfect size for my little book tray here. It has a bunch of little screws and nuts and stuff in it to hold the battery tray down, and they're perfect size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat that up, and I'm going to melt a little hole into the frame of this race here. So I am going to do that right now, and just bear with me for a second as I pull it forward and light up my torch. I love getting these metal objects hot. I like the color that it gives, orange, bright orange. Okay, I'm going down into the first hole. Yeah, but this little thing is melting now. I'm gonna pull it out. Oh, I just did the battery tray. It's all in now. So that part is done. Now I believe it's time to start wiring it to that. But to start off, there's a battery tray in the back. Now I'm not sure whether to leave it or not. I think I'm going to leave it, but I might change my mind. So I have my receiver box right here, and I have my ESC right here. Now I think I'm going to keep the battery tray in there because I could use the straps to hold the stuff down. Alrighty, well, you go ahead and do that. I am going to do this off camera because I've been having a little bit of trouble doing this. But other than that, it's been somewhat of an alright build. Alright, I will come and do this and see you back after it's done. I haven't ran into any problems yet, but for those of you who are doing this, you have to make sure that your servo wire is long enough, or you go to your local hobby shop and pick up a wire extender. I'm not sure what part number they are, but just say you're wanting to put your electronics in the back. So, as you can see, my servo wire comes way out at the back here. I have the room that I need, just barely though, but I can do it. Pick up the tray here for a second. Yep, I do have enough wire. Alrighty, well, I'm going to continue doing this wiring here, and I will get back. Well, I ran into a couple of problems. I guess I didn't know when I was trying to put it back there that my servo wires were frayed, and when I tugged on it too hard by accident, it actually quit working, so I had to rewire the whole servo, and I thought to myself, well, if I'm rewiring my servo, I should make it longer. So I made it longer, probably about a couple inches too long, but you know, whatever. And then I also put shrink tape all around the wires, just for added protection. And that's what this yellow stuff is right here around the wire, but I tucked that up there, you can't even tell. Anyway, the truck is done. Besides that, I haven't had any issues or problems. The wires on the ESC are just long enough to fit right here, and when I put a battery in it, like this, see, I just have to do one-handed. Isn't that cool? And then to undo it, do the same one-handed. Works pretty good. Besides that, nothing. It went well. Took me a little while because of the servo, but it works now. I mean, it is a drivable truck right as we speak. I did not put the on-off switch anywhere yet. Just gonna have it like that. It's getting kind of late and getting kind of tired. But other than that, you know, battery's extremely dead. Won't even move now. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's a movable truck. And I was able to keep the lights and everything without having to lengthen the wires or shorten or whatever. Both of them, all 6 of them were working. I took the top piece out because it was easier to do the wires in the servo or the receiver box without this in there, so I just quickly did 6 screws and took it off. Other than that, it went good. If you like what you see here and it helped you out, please comment, rate, like, and subscribe. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you want me to do a video on something, let me know as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Bye-bye for now.